Eh. Hello, chat. How we all doing, buddy? Oh god, I'm still blasting it up like it's Anton blasting me. There we go. Let's see if that changed. Yes! It did! Just checking to make sure everything's all chicken. What a nerd. You're a nerd. Shut up. Hi, Lyra. Anyway. Today, I'm going to do something kind of fun. Maybe fun for me, but not so fun for the rest of you, because I'm going to be trashing all your frames today. That's right. We're ranking Legends Z-A characters. I will be telling you that your waifu is shit! But it's okay. All of our waifus are shit. I suppose let's just get to without further ado, let me just explain. This tier list ranking is how I personally enjoyed each character. Doesn't have to do anything with like their competitive team or yada 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 yada, all that stuff. We've already had that discussion. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about competitive. So, the rankings. Demorto is the best of the best. These I think are the characters I think are the best written, the most liked ones, the ones I liked personally. Great, it's pretty self-explanatory. Great is characters that aren't quite Demorto, but are still great, and I like them a whole lot. Good are just, they're okay. I don't particularly hate this. I don't particularly hate them, and I enjoyed them a little bit, but it could have used a little bit more screen time. Could have had a little bit more something more interesting going on. Who dis? These are for the bland characters, who I can't even be bothered to remember. This is sort of like the characters who aren't good or bad, they're just bland and forgettable. And the bin is where all the characters I hate go, obviously. Alright, so full disclosure, I do not know if there's any sort of major writing difference between Tawny and Urbane. I played as a chick when I was playing through Legends Z-A, so I got stuck with Urbane. But I suppose we should go for the protagonist. Protagonist kind of has a couple of interesting moments. Most of their interesting stuff that makes me like the protagonist is in the side quest stuff, because all the funny dialogue options are in the side quests. It's true. Legends Z-A's best narrative moments and all the fun stuff are like all of the side quests, in my personal opinion. It's where all the funny dialogue options are. But outside of the side quests, the protagonist just doesn't really have a whole lot of expressiveness. Like in the main scenario quest, it does the thing where both of the dialogue options do the exact same thing, and there's like no personality to them whatsoever, except for like slight tweaks. Like if they made it like, I'm okay with like having the dialogue lead to both the same thing, but like maybe just have like the personality like expressed through each one of those dialogues just be a little bit different. sort of like the way they do in the side quests, where they basically say the same thing, but one option is clearly funnier than the other, basically. Tawny is cuter, and therefore she get rated higher for it. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's true. I don't know if Tawny and Urbane are the same personality exact-wise, but I'm just gonna treat them as if they are. And I'm sorry, but being a cute girl is not going to really be doing. Breaking news: insert yourself here. Protagonist doesn't have much personality. More to 11. Yeah, but you can express your personality through the protagonist when you're inserting yourself. A good self-insert protagonist is going to it's going to like have dialogue options, you know? Dialogue options where you can like express your personality and just like for instance, the good, the bad, and the silly. You know, typical Dragon Age 2 dialogue, you know. Excuse me, insert yourself here, Pokemon protagonist. Yeah, fair. I don't know what I was expecting. But you know, hey, maybe, hey, they did tease me a little during the side quests that you can give your protagonist just a little bit more personality. I would have liked that in the main quest, mostly. That's what I'm saying, just bring side quest dialogue into the main quest. The fact that the side quest options express personality is a huge step up from the other protagonists combined. Yes, that's why they're in the good tier. I just wish the main scenario quest also had that. If the main scenario quest had that, I would have put them probably in maybe Great or Demoto. But in the meantime, they're just staying in. Anyway, these two ragamuffins down here. There's the in debt to the mafia thing, but you know, that all sort of turned out well in the end. But it's mostly just the fact that Tawny and Urbane just, well, for one, they do not feel like the leader of Team MC. Like, that role goes to Lita. Speaking of Lita, just put best girl where she belongs right now. Lita's the one who's getting everything set up. She's the one arranging all the meetings. She's putting in all the work. Tawny and Urbane aren't really doing anything besides just being a burden. Between getting themselves in debt to the mob, between just being an inferior trainer to you, but still getting mega floettes. Like, they're just a stone around my neck. And I don't like that. Like, if they had an entertaining character arc or something, I would be okay with them. And there is one scene in the Mega Dimensions DLC that does kind of redeem them a little bit. Well, it's a good scene, but doesn't redeem them completely. But I won't say which scene it is, spoilers, but if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Alright. Anyway, Lita. Lita is best girl. She's so expressive, she has all these wonderful expressions. She's also the real leader of Team MZ, because she's the one setting up and doing all the planning and everything. You know, like a leader. I kind of wish she did have a little bit more of a character arc. I think something might have gotten lost in translation as to why she took so long to evolve her Staryu into Starmie. I don't really get it, but maybe there was just something lost. I think that was just a little bit thing. Honestly, the Mega Flood thing is my main plus for Urbane. Really? Well, I kind of get why it had to happen, because, you know, Urbane gets Mega Floette and you get Zygarde. Because, you know, what had to happen? What had to happen and you had to get Zygarde. It's in the name. It's in the name of the game. It's Legends Z-A, not Legends F-A. Anyway. Naveen. I love my little antisocial French boy. Naveen is kind of just a little bit like Lita in that there was like a lot to... Naveen is a very fleshed out character. You get to view a lot of his life, and he kind of does go for a little bit of an arc of being more and more comfortable around you. I'm honestly kind of tempted to put him in Immortal, but I don't know. It's just that he has a lot of character hooks, and it kind of feels like they picked the worst one, which is him warming up to both you and Team MZ, which I don't know. It's not that it's bad. It's just... I don't know. It's just that they had a bunch of A+ things and they picked the B+. His more emotional attachment want to help. He also says he's saying, no, I'll do it despite losing. So he uses the Pokemon game to go, oh, he's got the cool Pokemon, but he shoulders a lot of responsibility for you there. I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just a matter of opinion. Easy. Do I want to put AZ into Great or Immortal? Granted, I could be biased at that point because by the time Urbane and the finale of Legends Z-A happened, I was very sick of Urbane's shtick at that point. So maybe that was just my bias is showing. Who knows? But that was just how I viewed, and that's my personal experience. Anyway, AZ. I'll just put him in Great. I may decide to put him higher later. AZ doesn't really do a whole lot, but he is still very instrumental to kind of like the themes of Legends Z-A, because a big theme about the game is the past and just how the past affects us. Whether it's the decisions we made in the past or the decisions of people who came before us that we have no control over. I also like fighting a rival, saying, let's see who's strongest for the bot and not steamrolling them for once. Speak for yourself, I steamrolled him. But that's just me. Anyway. I think AZ's just kind of nice. I like his characterization that he's kind of at his like journey's end. He's gone through his character arc, and now he's trying to sort of follow the themes of Legends Z-A and pass the baton in order to a new generation. I kind of like that. I was not expecting him to, Minecraft at the end, but that was unfortunate. Still, I like the guy. I like him a lot. He's good. Once into the Immortal. Floette? I don't know. Where should I rank the Pokemon? They only have let's just make another one for just the Pokemon themselves. There we go. Let's just put those in there. There we go. For the good and the Mimi and the who dis. No! My girl Mimi is best! My girl! She best kitty. She good kitty. How dare you? How dare you? But clearly as I first know that Mimi was very much just there. Listen, she is just there. But that's all she needs to be. Just look at her. Look at her. Look at this. Look at her. Look at this. Need I say anything else? This is a bit, by the way. Don't take this seriously. Emma. Emma is another one of those kind of just feeds into the feeds into the theme. Didn't even evolve to give Emma a Mega Meow stick. Oh, that's why you're bitter. Totally not biased. Emma. Anyway, going back to Emma. She fits in with the themes of Legends Z-A pretty well. Like, as we stated before, a big theme of Legends Z-A is the past and how it affects us. And Emma also has this in that she has, inherited her past from both Looker and the Team Admin. Team Admin guy I'm blanking on the name on. Look at her, all 21 of himself. That is my girl. She is grown up, and everyone likes her for a variety of reasons. But I like her because I think she fits in very well with the themes of the game. You know, just the past. And also, she's unique because a lot of the for a lot of the characters, the past kind of hurts. Like you have a Z, like with all the horrible things he's done, and there's also just like all the stuff with the Team Flare. Don't worry, I'll be getting that later. But Emma's the only one who kind of came out on only one of really two characters who kind of came out on top of the whole thing. So I just like that. I like that she adds that little extra bit of perspective. But I don't know. I'm gonna put her in Tumulto. Also going in Tumulto is our favorite evil mad scientist. Why am I blanking out of the name? Mabel, right? Mabel. All the way Z-A handles Team Flare is just so good. Like there's just the entire viewing the way things were handled with Team Flare 5 years later, or the fallout from all that, was easily my favorite part of the game narrative-wise. I just think that was so great, and Mabel herself is also just really interesting. I love the fact that she hasn't like fully left the Team Flare life behind her, because she's still just a little bit unhinged. By a little bit, I mean she's incredibly unhinged. You cross this woman, she will knife you. She will knife you. She will dissect you on a table. But who knows, maybe you're into that. I don't know. Proud of her? Me too, honestly. I do like the fact that our house arrest professor is still has sort of that, like, a dubious air to her. Sort of like this little bit of sort of cranky unprofessionalism. I do like her a lot. I think Maple's probably easily one of my favorite Pokemon professors at this point. Probably right behind, probably not right behind, probably right next to Professor Kukri, who I also really like. Vinny. Vinny's good. He's alright. He mostly just exists to, exposit exposition. I do like the one point where you're fighting him in his first battle, and he has this unevolved Baniri that's like super underleveled, and he's just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have thrown that out. I just caught that. Maybe it was a bad idea. I thought that was a really neat moment. I love it when Pokemon does Ludo narrative stuff. He's good. But other than that, other than Vinny being secretly a big softie on the inside and all that stuff, I don't know. I just think he could be better. He's all right, I guess. I like him, but I'm not crazy about him like I am. Characters on the tier above him. I don't even remember what the president's name is. I don't even remember what the president's name is. That is the most damning indictment of the Hoodies. Tarragon. Tarragon. Where do I want to put Tarragon? I'm gonna be nice and say... Right. Tarragon's okay. He's so good. Well, he's not just alright. He's, just fun, wacky old grandpa who's supporting his granddaughter. It's just, I don't know. He's just kind of nice that he's so enthusiastic about his granddaughter's streaming life and all that. I don't know. It kind of feels like and never mind. I don't know. I just like the guy. He's fun. He's fun and it is interesting, and it's cool how he's so supportive of his granddaughter. He also has some pretty interesting stuff in the side quests that really flesh out his character a whole lot. I like the ring side quest in the Mega Dimensions and the Mega Dimensions DLC was definitely a highlight for me. I think that really went to show just the kind of guy Tarragon is. I called it doing the streamer model thing, by the way. Of course you would. Canary. I can't put Canary any lower than Great for being the first canonical Pokemon character to say fuck in a game. That's all I'm going to leave at that. Eeyore's sister, Gwyn. I know where Lyra would want to put her, but I'm gonna put it in Great because I know if I don't put it because I know if I put her in Good, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. Gwyn is just gonna be right there next to her waifu. I like her. I like her. She really bounces off well with all the characters she's around. Like, she bounces off well with Eeyore and Canary. Like, Gwyn's biggest plus, mostly, is just that her chemistry with other characters, mostly. That seems to be her. That seems to be my favorite aspect of her, really. She's the straight man to two other silly characters. And I say straight in heavy quotes. Very heavy quotes. Anyway. I ship it. It was neat in her existence with foreshadowing of the chapter of becoming relevant. Yeah, I like that a lot too. I like the fact that she was there for the Canary quiz. Anyway, Eeyore. I like Eeyore. He's very funny. But... it was straight. I put funny characters up there for a reason, I mean, I put Canary up there, and Eeyore is about like the same sort of tier of enjoyment as Canary. When I first met Eeyore, like when you first meet him, like I think it was outside of Wild Zone 3 or 2. It was early in the game. I thought this guy was going to be a This guy gave me cult leader vibes. And I was right, but then I figured out he was in fact so stupid he does not realize he's a cult leader. He just kind of himboed his way into the situation. And that's great. A very funny character. His theme's an absolute bop, and I love it. And you know, we just love our funny himbo man. We just love our funny himbo man. Philip. I say Philip's pretty good. I like his backstory a lot. I like that he used to be the leader of the Rust Syndicate before Corbeau came along, and that Corbeau basically just pulled one over on Philip, and now Philip is loyal to him. I also kind of like the fact that the dynamic Corbeau and Philip have, and that Philip is in one half a sort of like subservient second in command, but the other half I don't know, he's kind of like a little bit of a dad figure to Corbeau. They mentioned in the Jacinth thingamabobber that they practiced together, and I thought that was kind of cute. I think their relationship is actually really great. You know what? Okay, also one minute. Corbeau goes in here for the same reason. I like this guy. I like this guy a whole lot. I thought the fake out with him not actually being evil, and in fact being a very sort of a community-minded guy, and the Rust Syndicate being good guys was kind of it was dragged out, but I thought it was funny. I liked it. I like the sort of little rug pull they did on that. And Corbeau himself is also just really cool because he's definitely my favorite mobster with a heart of gold. His design's also really cool, and his theme's a pop. All the music on Legends Z-A is pretty much a total pop. But yeah, I like Corbeau. I like his dynamic with Philip and the protagonist, and everything else in his philosophy on life. He is the chaotic goodest of boys. And I love that. Laban? I'm gonna be controversial and say Laban goes here. He's also for the other kind of case. True. I have seen the fan art. Laban. I think before Mega Dimensions, I would have put Laban as just good, but also great. I don't mind that I'm putting all of these characters into the great tier because, you know, hey, if they're all bangers, they're all bangers. What you gonna do? I think before Mega Dimensions, I would have put Laban just in good because, you know, she's entertaining. And I feel really bad for her in a relationship with Jacinth, but once Mega Dimensions came out and, like, her relationship with Jacinth was developed from a toxic indentured servant Yuri to a sort of a teacher to sort of a student mentor toxic Yuri. I don't know. I think that little development sort of bumps her up a little bit there. Without Mega Dimensions, she would just be good. But with Mega Dimensions, she's there. Speaking of Jacinth, Easy Demoto. This woman is a menace to society, and I love her for it. Oh my goodness, Jacinth. She gets to be Demoto simply for just chewing up every scene she's in. Like, she is the rising starlet, and she will let you know that she is the most important and prettiest person in the room, and it's kind of hard to argue with it. This woman is an absolute menace, and I love to hate her, and I hate to love her. So that's why she's going to Demoto, simply by presence alone. She's horrifying. Now, as I stated before, the things with Team Flare was easily my favorite part, so all the Team Flare just goes into Demoto. I love Griselle and Grisham's chemistry. I love how the two of them just really bounce off of each other. And I also they're one of the few characters that actually have an arc and kind of, not just because of the chemistry, but also just, I kind of feel kind of bad for them, and I can really understand where they're coming from. they were about maybe they were really young when the whole Team Flare thing came out. They were about a Pokemon protagonist age. And, like, they didn't know what was going on. They were too young. Somebody made that decision for them. And they just got completely screwed over for it. Like, it's just not fair at all. And I just felt really, really bad for them. And I could totally understand where they're coming from. And they also felt like, kind of like a legitimate threat. I mean, this was, like... They were the right choice to be the A-rank trainer that you needed to be in order to achieve A-rank. Them having like being part of Team Flare and having that knowledge on the plot, and also sort of like standing in a sort of like makes them a great sort of foil to AZ in the sense that they're both people who got burdened horribly by the past, but whereas AZ got stuck with it because of the decisions he made, Grisham and Grisham got stuck with a bad hand because of the decisions somebody else made, and they're suffering for it. And their arc is learning how to deal with that, and that they're and that people can and will forgive them. And it was so nice just seeing the two of them actually getting along with the rest of the main cast during Mega Dimensions. I'm very happy for them. I love these two a whole lot. Sins of the Father, yes, exactly. And speaking of the father, Lysander. Hold on a second, I think I need to do something. Easily the best character in the game. Easily the best character in the game. He embodies all the themes, just his character arc of self-discovery, of just self-forgiveness. Just, it's peak, man. He has the best theme in the game. Him sort of mirroring AZ's journey was also just a really smart thing. I just have so many good things I can say about Lysander in this game that I just don't really even know where to start. Like, I don't know. This Lysander's great. Lysander is great. They flipped what the community consensus was probably one of the lamest Pokemon villains into one of the best. And that, in and of itself, the 180 from obvious generic villain Lysander off to best in game. Yes, I think that in itself is already an impressive enough feat to land him in a tier of his own. Lysander is the GOAT. Lysander was the GOAT. Was, is, and will be. Besides, we don't really get like a whole lot of where are they now sort of things with a lot of evil team leaders. I mean, we got kind of one with Ghetsis in Black and White 2, but Ghetsis basically just, after his plan was foiled, he was just like, oh, I'm going to get another shot again! Whereas we don't really have that sort of view for for somebody who had their entire operation destroyed and are now sort of on a path of repentance. Besides Giovanni, but that was an event exclusive. Yes, Lyra pointed out exactly what I was thinking the moment I said it. Yeah, I don't know. Between the two of them, between Giovanni and Lysander, I actually like the Lysander art much more. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough gushing over Lysander. Corona. Alright. Hey. Hey, Zinnia fans. Corona deserved to be in this game more than Zinnia did. I've already talked about it a little bit, but Corona in X and Y felt like she was going to be a larger part of the story than she actually was. I mean, you fought her 3 times for sure, and she's also the one who ends up giving you the Mega Stone. She has like her own unique battle theme too, and like you think she would be sort of just like a bigger part of the story, but she only really shows up once for a quick battle. You trounce her then for the for the gym badge, and then she gives you the cool magic stone, and then that's it. Or from Zinnia, like from Oraz? Yes! Here's the thing. Zinnia had all the spotlight and time she needed. Like, Zinnia was already great. She had her moment, it was peak, it was great, it was all good. Corona didn't have that moment, and I think she needed it more than Zinnia. She's here because she deserves to be here. She has more, she was robbed. And this is, making up for her being robbed. Now, of course, as we all know, the anime fleshes out a lot more. You don't need to remind me of that, Lyra. We already know. We already know what the anime had to say. I never thought Zinnia should be here. I thought Clement should be here. I would have liked to see Clement as well, but alas. A bunch of people did, however, say that they, there was just sort of a little trend online I saw that Corona shouldn't have been your new ally in Mega Dimensions, and it should have been Zinnia. Nah, it should have been Corona. Corona deserves to be here. Suck it up. Ansha. I think Ansha's just kind of... she's just kind of okay. I mean, she's really a totally adorbs, and it's very cute seeing her. But I don't know. I think I would have just liked seeing. I'm blanking on how to pronounce her name. Her mom, the original XY champion. Diantha. Yeah, I would have liked to see Diantha more than Ansha, or at least just have some Circean feel, because I don't know. Cynthia's oh boy. Listen. Come closer. It's not canon. Or maybe in the anime, I don't know. Anyway, I would have liked to, would have liked to, see more Diantha herself. And, she's just pretty good. She's just pretty cute. She's just kind of there. She feels a little bit more like a prop than like an X-person. She has her own little arc, and she's very entertaining to watch, but I don't know. I would have liked to see more Diantha. I think it was cool just adding Diantha's theme into like the donut minigame thingamabobber. Maybe that's the reason I'm so hard on Diantha. Mega Dimensions, donut mechanics. They do actually interact with the anime. Well, you know what they say. They breathed in the same room together, so that means the Tumblr shipping wars are on. I'm being facetious anyway. The Nurse Joys. I like their designs, but I'm gonna have to put these two into Who Dis, because they don't really do anything besides just say, "Bonjour, welcome to the Pokemon Center." And, you know, I like the designs on them. They're cute and all. And it was cool seeing multiple different Nurse Joys, but, you know, I don't know. The thing is, we're contending with the other two who get their own side quests. And, they're good. They're alright. I think if we're, like, ordering them, I'd put the sleepy-eyed Nurse Joy above the stock Nurse Joy. Simply because of the fungus puns. But other than that, it is kind of nice to see that they're giving it sort of a little bit more variety to the Pokemon nurses, which is another thing XY started. You remember the Nurse Joy and the Battle Frontier equivalent? That just cusses you out for asking you to heal her Pokemon while she's on a break? That was great. Anyway. Hello, Zen. We're just wrapping up here. Anyway, that's the tier list. And, most importantly, subscribing to Mana on Twitch. Or following Mana on Twitch and subscribing. And, subscribing to, Trend of Mana's YouTube channel is easily a Lysander tier character. Easily peasy. Easily the best decision you could ever make in your life. I'm so glad that the, devs of Legends Z-A included subscribing to Trend of Mana as a character in their latest video game. Very based, very poggers. Shameful thing is I don't have an icon for it. Anyway, we are now done with that, and we're going to be doing a little quick drawing, and then that's going to be it. I have to go in about an hour to feed these poor, hungry cats. That's right, Maisie, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, mate. Alright. Alright. OBS working? Everything okay? Chat still here? Rating callous people? Yes. Alright. Let's see here. Now, I am stuck with the grueling decision of having to pick out which thingamabob I'm going to draw. There's so many streamer characters now, I always forget that literally all 3 of them are Gen 9 characters. That makes sense. I mean, streaming became a lot more mainstream during the time of Gen 9. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something a little different, and I'm gonna draw Garganacle. This is gonna be a bit of a challenge, considering I don't normally draw like very blocky shapes like Garganacle. Is that really such a good idea, Mana? If you try to draw Garganacle, you're gonna be here all day. It's just weird that I just squeeze so many out. I guess. Actually, let's not draw Garganacle. I know what I want to draw. I'm going to instead draw Mega Golurk. I think that will be fun. Weird how they squeezed out, especially. Excuse me. This is its Gen 9 has all of 2 games, and isn't it weird that 2 of those streamer characters are both Electric types? Isn't that weird? 2 Electric type characters that essentially fulfill the function of gym leaders in their respective games. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that so crazy? Let's make them a little bigger. McChing. I'm just gonna save this really quickly. Gen 10 ghost type voice actor. There's a joke there to be made, but I refuse to make it. Honestly, crazier that Dot wasn't given electric type at the earliest convenience. Yeah. Honestly, with Dot's design, I was expecting her to have like more poison types in her retinue, but it's not. Got a Quaxley. We got Duck. Golik's hands always trip me up because they're so weird. It's just like, you got this like really tiny, and then you got like big old potato hand here. Probably not gonna get this done by the time I need to get off stream. We got these poor starving cats over here. I'm talking to you, Maisie. She's not even paying attention. She's acting like she's ignoring me because she thinks if she ignores me and plays hard to get, she's gonna get food. And she's right, but she's not gonna get food right now. Me and Tails fully believe that Dot and Lyco were intended to have different mods and they were made to have the Paldea starters because marketing? Possibly. Makes sense. Like, I'm willing. However, I do have a question for you, Lyra. I'm willing to believe that Dot was supposed to have a different Pokemon, but what do you think Lyco's Pokemon was initially supposed to be? Let me make this arm a lot bigger. Echo looks like we're supposed to have an Oshawott. Well, dang, answer before you ask. Maybe. I can see it, yeah. Now I have to do the impossible task of drawing hands. Wish me luck, gamers. Attention, all real Trainer Mana gamers. Trainer Mana is needing to draw hands and needs your help to do so. To help him, you need to send him your credit card information along with the number and the 3 numbers on the back, as well as the expiration date. Act quickly though, or Mana will come out with terrible hands. I could see that she was supposed to have an Oshawott that turned into like a Hisuian Samurai. That kind of makes sense. Save? As always. I think I did that spike wrong. I did! I'll send my hand instead. Yes, send me the hand so I can have a good poker hand. Ah! Just going back and forth on the references a whole lot. It's sort of like a weird sort of like stalagmite sort of like, sort of just like, it sort of just folds into like a triangle right here. I think it's a little weird. I probably should position this leg a little bit like right there. And just add the rest of the leg. Also, the leg looks kind of small. Let's fix that and make these, give them big old legs. There we go. There we go. How many spirals does it have? That was a hell of a jump of tone. Anton Blast OST is whack like that. There we go, got it right. Let's see, what about the shoulders? Shoulders go from here, 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 here. Perfect. The old Sans Undertale. Just gonna clean up the sketch just a little bit. Just for my own personal satisfaction. But not only that, because really, really rough sketches are just like hard to ink for me for some reason, so having clearer, more defined lines helps me a lot. Man, girls, am I right? Not to me, you're not. So, there was actually something I wanted to talk about that related to girls that I think Lyra might have been excited to hear about, but I'm blanking out. I think it was something that happened at work. Don't remember. Everything always happens at work. It's the place where all the things happen. Oh yes, I remember what it was. So, girls where? Lyra's right there, Zen. So, while I was at work, I'm just, I'm working the register. They keep putting me on the register because I'm a big old jokester. And apparently I'm good with people, somehow. I don't understand how this came to happen, but apparently faking it until you're making it will get you far in the customer service industry. Anyways, so when it was particularly slow, given the fact that it was like the weekend after Christmas and before New Year's tends to be just a massive slog. Like nothing happens. So during that time, if you got like some spare time and a bunch of there's like open registers, you can do two things. You can leave and go work on something else, like putting stuff on the shelves, or you can help somebody else bag all of their stuff. Just be another registered person's bagger. So I was bagging with my friend. We'll just call her Marshall. We'll just call her Marshall. So I was bagging Marshall, and this girl comes over, and I just do my usual shtick. I just be nice. I'd make a few jokes. Don't do anything too not safe for work. There's one thing I will say about working the customer service job or working a retail job is you get to learn very quickly what normal people are chill with. And that's not always the same thing that aligns with corporate, but, I was just doing my usual thing, just cracking jokes, and the girl leaves. My bagging partner was just like, dude, why didn't you ask her for her number? I was just like, what? She was so into you! What? So, I'll just add that to my long lists of girls who are into me, apparently, that I had no idea about. Clearly, I am too ace for this world. I guess it helps the fact that I am a handsome devil. One of the things I've never really been that insecure about is my appearance. I really like the way I look. Although I do wish my posture was better. But that's about it, really. I can live with that. And that, besides, that just takes a little bit of practice and not shrimping while you're on stream. As gay as I am also ace. Would you pick up? I was going through my middle school yearbook recently. Oh no. That's always the start of something. And I noticed for literally the first time ever. I'm scared, Lyra. What are you writing? Music from Beats Tower is good. People had written down the numbers when they signed it. Like multiple people. Oh, good lord. Lyra! Lyra! See, it's okay when it happens to me because I'm ace and I don't like this, but you're actively looking to smooch people, cuddle, and all that sort of yucky, horrendous, sinful stuff that does not belong on my Christian Minecraft server. Also, this music is from Anton Blast, not Pizza Tower. I don't recognize this song. Which one's this one? Ah! Pinball Meyer, that explains it. Should have guessed it from the instruments. I also like to know people. Absolute strangers gave you their number, Lyra? Damn. Lyra got game. Lyra got game. Wonderful. I will always support everyone else besides me getting romantic partners and all that sort of stuff because it means I don't have to get involved. There's one fewer person that will consider me an object of their affection. Unless, of course, it's like that one case where a guy at work accused me of flirting with his wife? Like, that happens. You'd be surprised just how, I think that's kind of alarming, just how just being nice is so conflated with flirting nowadays. I think that's just kind of, like, doesn't that alarm you? Just, we as a people are so socially stunted. We as a society now just conflate any act of kindness with, I want to smooch. I am so lonely. Please. Please! I don't know. It's just a general trend that I think I'm noticing. I think we as a society, especially in America, I can't really speak for anywhere else, but in America I've noticed that our socializing skills, like of my generation and the generations after, have just gotten significantly worse. And part of that is just like architecture and whatnot. cities are just not walkable. There's just no places to hang out. It's just concrete jungle everywhere. Like, and I think that's really just hampering people's ability to socialize and stuff like that. But it's also troubling to me because how am I supposed to lead the revolution if you guys can't even talk to anybody? How are you supposed to how are you supposed to look a man in the eyes as he draws his last breath if you can't even look at him when you're ordering a coffee? I mean, come on! Come on! You gotta learn to look people in the face! You gotta do it for Mother Russia! No, don't actually do it for Russia. Tankies are not welcome here. Suburban jungle? Yep. Infrastructure. It's very stupid and very pointless and very important, and you only really notice just how important it is when it's bad. I could do that a little better. Let's do this a little better. There we go. That's better. I didn't notice the reference. I don't think I did. A lot of references fly over my head because I live under a rock and the only media I consume is video games. I believe I am part of the problem. I can't talk about how the newest season of Stranger Things sucks when everyone else is. Homestuck. It's been so long since I've read Homestuck that I don't even really remember a lot. But I probably won't catch any references like that. That is actually one of those things that actually I would like to be able to do more. Just be up to date with current events that I could just talk to people about. Sports is the big one. Like, I do not want to watch or participate in sports. I think I'd rather watch paint dry, to be honest. But I would like to at least know enough about what's going on in the sports world that I can carry on a conversation with the normal people, you know? With all the normies, and I can just blend in and just be like, yes, I am normal human man like you, who loves the sports and the skateboards. Yes, indubitably. Yes, I understand, Defeatful. Did you know the easiest way to speedrun Elden Ring? Normal? Question mark. Yeah, societally acceptable, I suppose. I gotta go for all the big poofy wings. I love Mega Golurk's design. It's so simple and it's so much like, oh, that's such an obvious decision to make, and just have the seal come off of it and all of its power leak, but it looks so good. It was the correct option to take, and I'm glad they took it. But I'm also just glad that Golurk getting some love. Golurk was one of my favorite Pokemon. I had it on my team during my playthrough of Black 2. It's just such a cool Pokemon. My brother hates sort of like the more robot-y looking Pokemon like Metagross and Golurk and the Regis too. I love the Regis, so I will hold that against my brother, but I like them. As long as they're cool. As long as they straddle that fine line where they can be like, yeah, these are very clearly robots, but they also just kind of have some animal qualities to them too. They're not just machines. Right. I believe that is going to be the sketch. Now I have to figure out how the damnable hell I'm going to be able to ink all this. That's gonna be fun. Lock your layers. Always lock your layers, kids. Lock your layers, hedge your bets, and remember to send your mom a Christmas card. Nothing about my existence is currently considered socially acceptable. No need to try and shove that to the box when nothing else fits. Well, I suppose when you're in Texas, yes, but I have to remember I live in so-called blue hell, where there's gang wars everywhere, and there's an illegal immigrant on every street trying to sell drugs that turn the frogs gay. So, you know, my definition of socially acceptable, I can get away with a lot more than somebody living in Texas, I suppose. Now I'm just rubbing in my face again. Sorry about it, Lyra. I think if you came over here to the west coast of the USA, Lyra, you'd be pretty liked. Pokemon is pretty dang popular over here. That is one of the few things I can carry on a conversation with and actually have good results with all the normies at my retail job. Especially the small kids that come in and they have like Pokemon shirts and I get to ask them what their favorite type is. And they get to tell me all about the Pokemon trading card game, which I know nothing about. Kids are very cute, but I don't think I want any of my own. So what I'm trying to say, Lyra, is you should come over here to the West Coast with the rest of us. Besides, you really should get out of Texas. Anyway, I'm going to be starting the Chaos Invasion there in a couple of days, so you know I don't want you to get stuck in that crossfire. Well, if you lose, you get sent to the Shadow Realm. I don't think that's the right card game. Also, I think that was a English localization thing on top of not being the right card game. I would flee if it were possible. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help, Lyra. Let me know. I said, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Lyra, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Oh no, big bath theme. It's so over, gamers. We're getting taken to the back rooms. You're all going to the back rooms. Everyone in chat right now. Back rooms. Chaos Invasion. Yes, I am opening up the warp on Texas. I'm going to let the forces of Khorne just have their way, and there will be many bloods for the Blood God, and many skulls for the Skull Throne. And then Fox News will blame it on the Democrats somehow. Even though Khorne, the Chaos God of Blood and Skulls, is a registered independent. He's, I think, Khorne would be, probably be, pretty economically liberal, as well as societally, although probably societally conservative, in that society must kill each other, and bring him lots of skulls. But other than that, I think he'd be pretty okay with everything else. Khorne does not care from whence the blood flows, only that it flows. You want gay marriage? Sure, just kill everybody. You can have your gay marriage when you bring me the skulls of your enemies. Tzeentch would be a neoliberal. He wants societal change and likes societal change, but only when it benefits him and his master plan. How am I going to do this? I got an idea. Just put this layer here. When it comes time to draw the flames over it, I'll just put the flames in this layer and this layer. Ach, I didn't even do it right. Ach, the light. I think I'm gonna wait for this song to end, and then that's gonna be the end of the stream. I got cats to feed, and the cats require sustenance. The cats require nourishment. They crave blood. The need for blood. Nice. time came out wrong. Catastrophic. Indeed. Oh, they're cuddling more. Oh, they are cutting into big fluffy mops. Not my finest work, but it's just the outline. Also, I have to put this here. There we go. That looks marginally better. Maybe I should move this line over a little bit. There we go. Alright, it's all done. Better pause the thing before it goes to a new music. Okay. That is going to be it for moi. Tomorrow, we are going to be celebrating New Year's with blasting! And we're going to be playing some more Anton Blast. What exactly we're going to be doing in Anton Blast? Well, I got a couple of ideas, but we'll see. There's going to be... All I can guarantee is that there will be blasting of Antons. And you all better be here, blasting with me. We'll all come together and blast at the same time. As one big blast circle. Anyway, this is getting too lewd. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for coming by.